How are you feeling?
I'm ready to go.
I'm Reed. I'm from Michigan, the middle of America, but I'm living in London currently.
All right, good energy, good energy.
I'm Trib. I'm from Middlesbrough, but living in London.
We are revamping an outdated, undervalued industry.
Could be you up there one day.
It might be. We'll see how this pitch goes first. Trib and I met on a co-founder matching dating site, kind of Tinder for business people.
It's good to meet somebody who has such a love-hate relationship with umbrellas that I do, so it's a good partnership.
Thunder.
Hey, Dragons, I'm Reed.
I'm Trib, and we're the co-founders of Gilly. We're here to ask for £50,000 in return for 3% of our company.
I moved from New York to London in 2019 and was regularly sopping wet in this terrible British weather because I couldn't find an umbrella I liked. They break, you lose them, and a wet umbrella is hard to put or carry anywhere, so you don't bring one when you leave the house, then end up buying one from a corner shop for 10 to 15 pounds, and that cycle goes on and on. However, now, with the consumer shift and desires for durable, quality products that you see in reusable water bottles and so many other categories, at Gilly, we're redesigning the umbrella by creating one that works better than others and won't end up in landfill as so many do annually.
Now, there are a few things that make Gilly a very unique umbrella. Our core innovation is a completely dry after use umbrella through a hard, watertight case, which then doubles up as an optional handle. This means that once you've used the umbrella, you simply close it, pop it away into the case, and it doesn't drip everywhere and make all your things soaking wet. It's also highly wind resistant, and it's compact and lightweight. This all means that it's conveniently on you at all times, not sitting in a corner or at the front of a restaurant somewhere drying out, where you inevitably end up losing it.
After 2 years of product development, we had a really successful launch on Kickstarter late last year, and have sold over 100,000 pounds to date to 1,700 customers in 46 countries.
And now we're ready to take the umbrella market by storm. Thank you.
An update on the umbrella, with a hard cover which doubles up as a handle, is the brainchild of Reed Jacoby and Trib Gossen.
Thank you.
The duo are seeking £50,000 in return for a 3% share in their business. And their product certainly appears to have struck a chord with Deborah Meaden.
Guys, hi, Reed, Trib, hi.
Hey.
So you're absolutely right. How annoying is it when you take your umbrella down and it goes all over you and it's in the car? So congratulations. If you've nailed it, you really have got something. What I would like to understand, and it might be a naive question, but what is the difference between this and those umbrellas that I simply wrap up and put in a little case?
Sure, so it's a hard base cover that doubles as an optional handle. Because the seamlessness of the interaction is super important here. People are going in and out of the tube, in and out of the office, in and out of their car, and it's far too annoying to have a separate sleeve. With this umbrella, the canopy has a hydrophobic coating on it, so 95% of the water slides right off, and then there's a microfiber cap for moisture containment on the top, so when you put it away, that helps to soak up the excess moisture.
Reed and Trib. Give me your last 3 months' sales.
Yeah, our last 3 months have been 23,000.
23,000 units?
Sorry, 23,000 in revenue.
Revenue, wow, okay.
And that's been 700 units.
What do they cost to make?
£9 per umbrella. And that's for a minimum order quantity of 5,000, so that goes down substantially with greater volume orders.
£9?
Well,
yes.
Wow, you're gonna have Touker, he can have that done for $3.
Well, we'd like to talk to him about that at some point.
3%? Oh, my God. I'm looking for the gold inside the pot. At, what does it retail for?
37.
Because, to be honest with you, when I look at this, the quality of it, I think, is very basic. Looks cheap. The plastic looks cheap. It feels more like a £12, £14 umbrella.
We wanted to get out with version 1. We wanted to get it into the hands of customers. This is the 14th prototype, and nothing beats having it out on the street. And so we launched with that. We've taken feedback like that into account, and we have version 2 well underway. And that case specifically is now going to be made of a stainless steel.
You come in here with a valuation of 1.6 million. I haven't quite worked it out.
Yes, yes, yeah, 1.66.
Did you get drenched that day when you worked out the valuation? Because how do you get a company that's done 100 grand turnover to be worth 1.6 million pounds?
Well, we had previous investors that came in at 1.535 million.
So you're valuing it on your previous investors?
Well, and we also feel that that reflects the intellectual property protection of it.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I've just come back from a massive product fair in China. And I'm sure I saw similar things there. So would you say that's unique?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, I would.
So I can't find anything like this anywhere in the world.
Not that we're aware of.
Can we just check what the IP is? Is
Yeah.
it a patent or a design right? Design.
It's a design right.
It's design.
It's a design right.
So what exactly, in terms of your protection, what exactly have you got?
So what we have is we cover generically a cylinder case with an umbrella that doubles as a handle. And so somebody could create this idea in a square or a hexagon, but if they want to create a cylinder as a handle, they cannot do that. That is ours.
But only if it looks like that and is a round cylinder. But if it
Right.
had hexagonal outside,
Well, it would have to be demonstrably different in the eyes of...
no, I understand design,
Yeah.
but it's very different to a patent.
Reed, Trib, when you think about where you'll be in 5 years, can you just paint that picture for me?
Sure, so we're trending towards 900,000 units in year 5,
Which will deliver what in revenue?
26 million in revenue.
Now, tell me how we get from today, where we're making, what, 23K to 26 million a year.
Yeah, so product expansion, an optimization of our own marketing, and geographic expansion as well.
If we were to sit down again in 5 years and you told me, you know, where the business is at, what would you be saying to me?
Phone, keys, wallet, Gilly. The idea is for Gilly to be the world's best umbrella at an attainable price, and for us to become a global rainwear brand. Because if we go back to the reusable water bottles, you know, it has to be a Stanley Cup, it has to be a Yeti, it has to be a Chili's. And I think that that's where we want to go, is it has to be a Gilly.
So this is a really good point.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I was hoping you'd say.
Okay.
Because I think one way to defend your product is the innovation of the product itself, but the other way to defend it is brand. And that's exactly what Stanley Cup have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've made a reusable water bottle culture. And this is doing nothing in terms of brand. So how do we get from here to Stanley, or here from Yeti, or one of those really iconic cups?
Yeah, for sure. So I think a big part of this is getting a community of people who love the product and being laser focused on who those people are. And so our customer is probably aged between 25 to 45, the kind of modern commuter. These are people who are on the go, and above all else, they value high quality, durable products that are aesthetic and functional over cheap, disposable rubbish, essentially.
Guys, I think the audience you're targeting are an audience that care a lot about brand. That audience, that sort of Gen Z, millennial audience that are early 20s to 40s are really, really going to, I think, make a lot of their decision based on whether they think this is cool or not cool. And I play out the scenario in my head that one of those reusable water bottles had walked in here, that's now all the rage. I would have thought, absolutely not. A water bottle, it's never gonna make it. There's loads of water bottles. But the reason they did is actually because of something quite unintentional. They just caught culture. And that sometimes happens. And honestly, it's almost impossible to do that intentionally. It just happens to brands. And so when I think about the possibility that you're gonna catch a wave like those companies have, you're gonna have to do some stuff to put yourself in a position to find that kind of luck. I don't see experience between you, that you have that sort of creative marketing, zeitgeist in your DNA, and it can't see the journey to that 26 million in 5 years. So for that reason, I'm going to say that I'm out.
Okay, thanks.
But guys, I'll tell you where I am. I've looked at this and said to myself, good idea. However, the valuation is something that really, really puts alarm bells to me. And for that reason, I just wish you guys all the best, but I'm out.
Thanks, Touker.
Guys, for me, it's all right. It's just not like, oh, I've invested in a brolly company. You know, it's just not sexy. It's not exciting. And I think I need that passion to want to get involved. So it's not a one for me today, and I'm out.
Thanks,
Thank you.
So you've definitely got something. Had you had a patentable step in there, I would have been much, much more interested, because design right protection is not really terribly protected. So I'm really sorry, but I won't be investing. I'm out.
Thanks, Deborah.
But guys, I think it's very easy to look at this and find holes in this. But the reality is that I think you've invented something that is really clever. I think it is definitely, it's one of those where with the right help, you can see this potentially doing well. But I think you're going to need a lot of my time and a lot of my team's time for this to have a chance of success. And that's the bit that I'm weighing up. That's the struggle that I've got. But I think, God, it never rains, but it pours. I'm going to make you an offer. But my offer does come at a price. So my offer is 50,000 for 20%.
Okay.
Do you want to go to the wall and have a chat?
An offer for Reed and Tribb. But Peter Jones wants considerably more equity than the 3% they were originally looking to give away.
20% is a lot.
Do you think we could do 10%?
Could a counter be on the cards?
Okay. Peter, thank you for the offer. We appreciate it. We feel that the percentage is a bit steep, and so we'd be willing to counter for 5%.
Guys, look, this is a tough one. For this to have a chance, you are going to need more money. That's going to mean dilution. There's no doubt about that. And on top of that, you're going to have to cover off Deborah's point, and that is you're going to spend a lot of money on patent lawyers. And when I say a lot, you could end up spending $1 million here just on lawyers. And I get that, and that's okay. But I think to go on that journey, you're going to need somebody that's got a lot of experience and the cash, hopefully, to make this successful. So I genuinely think 20% is fair.
Thanks for the offer,
Yeah,
Peter.
thanks for the offer, but we can't accept.
Okay. All right, on that basis, I'm out.
Thank
But
you.
Thank you.
guys.
Good luck then.
Thank you.
Bye.
The 17% gulf in equity between entrepreneurs and Dragon proves too wide to bridge, and Reed and Tribb must leave the den without a deal.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
The Brolly business founders having effectively rained on Peter Jones's parade.
I thought it was a pretty fair offer.
Yeah, I thought it was fair.
It was a steep offer, I think, and we believe in the product, so we're really going to build something great here.
Do you want some water?
Yes, please.
Hello, I'm Henry and I live in Wiltshire.
Hi, I'm Alex and I live in London, and we are co-founders of our plants and gardens business.
Well, I don't know what it is, but I love it. Look at them flowers.
Have you not seen flowers before?
Yes, but look how lovely them ones are.
Yeah, amazing.
Come on, they must be making you feel happy.
Good God.
Who do you think looks scariest?
I think they all look relatively intimidating. Being able to pitch to the dragons today really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Green light. Oh my goodness.
We just have to make the most of it, really. I think we're so lucky to be here.
I need to absorb your calm.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be amazing.
I ran through the pitch with my 2-year-old, which didn't go particularly well.
He didn't like it, did he?
No.
He's not going to invest.
No.
Alex's toddler may have already declared himself out. But can the duo succeed in winning over an even more demanding audience in the den?
Hello, dragons. I'm Henry.
And I'm Alex.
And we're seeking £75,000 of investment in return for a 5% stake in our business. Dig is on a mission to disrupt an £8 billion a year UK category by making it easier for you to transform your outdoor space with our instant flower beds and design studio. Gardening can be enormously rewarding, but actually it's really hard. And traditionally, you head down to a garden centre, you choose some plants you like the look of, you plant them up, and the end result can be a bit disappointing. You can, of course, use a garden designer as well, but that can also be really expensive. So, believing that there was a better way to get that professional garden design look, but at garden centre prices, we started Dig in 2022. We were taking inspiration from parallel categories such as cut flowers and recipe kits to prove that it can be as easy for you to create a beautiful garden as it is for you to do your weekly online shop. All you do is you head to our website, you choose from one of our stylish garden themes, you tell us the dimensions of the bed that you want to fill with plants, hit order, and we deliver all of the plants to your door, fully established, colour-coded, ready to go. It's that simple.
So with minimal investment and a really lean business model, we've driven our sales from a standing start to over £400,000 of revenue in 2.5 years of trading.
So we've actually got an example of one of our instant flower beds here, which we've half put together, but we've got all the remaining plants. I wondered if someone wanted to have a go and come up and plant it for us.
OK, you go and be the gardener, I'll be your sous gardener.
Sous gardener?
Well, it's like a sous chef, isn't it?
An online design and delivery service for those looking to transform their outdoor space is the proposition from Henry Bartlett and Alex Hollingsworth.
Having a sous gardener. I like the idea of that.
Yeah. There you go, you see.
Great seeing you both do some work for the first time.
Henry and Alex are looking for £75,000 in return for a 5% stake in their plant and garden business.
I would have done all right with that.
She might be happy she's not getting her hands dirty today.
That's how I do my garden. Somebody else does all the work and I take all the glory.
But when it comes to Henry and Alex's business, will Deborah Meaden find brass where there is muck?
So, Henry, Alex, that made gardening really, really easy, probably because Sara was doing all of the work and I was just pointing at things.
We were a good team.
We were a good team. So what's your background that gives me the confidence that you know not just about garden design, but also what plants can go where?
So I started life as a strategy consultant and I retrained as a garden designer in 2016. So I've been doing it for 8 years.
I'm not a professional horticulturist. I've always been a very passionate amateur gardener. But my background actually is more in advertising and marketing. So when I came up with the concept of what is now Dig, I knew that we immediately needed someone on the core founding team who really knew what they were talking about and had that experience and expertise.
So you're showing us there the plans.
Yes.
But, you know, where do the questions, I guess on a website, where do the questions come up where I say, well, it's shady, it's dry, I'm on clay, I'm on loamy soil, whatever it is?
Yeah, so the user experience we've kept sort of hopefully very simple and intuitive. So if you go onto our website and considering buying an instant bed, for example, it asks you what theme you want, it asks you whether it's sun or shade, it asks you if you want kids and pet-friendly plants. So we get all of that key information we need to ensure that all the plants we deliver will work well. We then have a detailed kind of Q&A section where they can learn more about the soil they have, and then we give all the ongoing tips and guidance as to how you can kind of maintain it.
Great. And in terms of your user experience, so you've turned over 400,000. What does that look like in terms of customers? How many customers are using you at the moment?
So total customer numbers are just about 700 right now.
OK. What are they paying on average for for a bed?
So our average order value is £275.
Okay. And so the average, say it's 275, what will that cost you? So what are your margins?
Yeah, so the margins we have on plants is around 50%. We buy them wholesale and we have a small yard that we keep them in stock, and then we have to take into account a certain amount of margin for the cost of delivery as well.
So for a £300 bed, be £150 on plants, and then maybe another £40 is our cost to deliver, just a very small amount of design time and actually getting the plants to people. So £110.
30%-ish margin,
Yes,
slightly
exactly.
higher, but if you...
35% margin.
35%, but you have got some labour in there that they haven't
Absolutely.
necessarily. Okay, so 35% margin. Okay.
Henry and Alex, hi. The last 12 months, what have you turned over the last 12 months?
So, so we're halfway through our financial year. So if I go back a tiny...
Actually, give me how are you now halfway through?
So halfway through the year, we've turned over £108,000. And of that, it is £38,000 of gross profit, and we're on a net profit of £4,000.
So it's really tiny, isn't it?
Well,
It's
we're
not
hoping...
sustainable at the moment between the both of you.
I would just say that because of seasonality, we're on track to do about £300,000 this financial year. So a lot of our revenue comes in the second half of the year.
And what would that give you? 300, your gross margin will be, if you achieve that?
Gross margin should be about 38%, which is about £115,000, 15K net.
Yeah. I think there lies the issue that shows you the size of the opportunity here.
I think why we believe there is a really significant market opportunity is that there's a whole generation of millennial gardeners who we don't believe are being served. And if we could lock in those customers as a kind of a lifetime value, then we
But
can...
what are you locking them in with, though? That's the point. Because at the moment, I'm kind of sensing you'd be so much better off doing what you did before, which was to design gardens for people. But I'm trying to see how this possibly turn into an investable business.
Henry, Alex, I totally get it. And you articulated it really well. You want to do what has happened for cut flowers and recipe kits. You've seen it happen in these other markets, and you want to do it for this market. And I'm sat here thinking, oh, I'm desperate to invest in this business. Please tell me this is going to be a brilliant business. This is all going to stack up brilliantly. And, you know, your numbers aren't quite there.
Yeah.
So what is it that stopped you from accelerating faster?
I think our main challenge is reach and awareness, I would say. When people find us, people get very excited. The challenge we then have is to persuade them to spend, you know, £275 on average. So I think there's a marketing element there about increasing our reach and getting more people to hear about us. And I think we also need to work harder on persuading people that it's worth the money. So that might be about pricing. Perhaps we are too expensive, but I think that's probably one of the reasons why we've seen steady growth but nothing significant yet.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as arguing it's more expensive to buy a box from one of the meal delivery than it is to go to the supermarket. They're doing all the work in coming up with the ideas, curating it, making it simple and giving you an experience. So...
absolutely.
I think we had the fact that we can buy plants really cheaply, and also we have all of the skills in being able to put together those designs. That is genuine value that we deliver to people.
The big difference between your business and the meal prep, sort of meal kit businesses that we've mentioned, is that I get hungry every day.
Yeah.
But if I planted that, if that was the space that I had, why would I need you again anytime soon?
Well, because partly because very few plants last forever, and especially if you plant something like lavender, you might replace it in sort of 6 years' time.
I think you said we've had steady growth, but nothing significant. And I think your model is the reason why, because they might have a great experience, but they don't necessarily need you for a while.
Yeah, as it stands, I'd agree with that. That is true.
So your growth is probably always going to be pretty steady, but nothing significant until you find a way to create that sort of recurring, returning revenue. And this begs the question, how does this business get big soon?
If we can sort of prove that we're a trusted brand, we're an inspiring brand for people who got into gardening and have got one product from us, if we can introduce other sort of work streams alongside that, of additional things they might want in their garden, that's the scale.
Alex,
it will
Henry,
take time to get there.
I think that you've got a good business, and I think you're going to continue to grow this business in a steady way. But as an investor who's potentially putting in £75,000 for 5%, it's really hard to figure out how I would make a return on that 75,000 over the coming years. It's really hard for me to see that. So I'm going to say that I'm out, but I wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
Henry and Alex, I do like the brand. I think Dig is good. And I actually think you two are very good. But I'm kind of sensing my money, if I was to invest, my money wouldn't grow the way your plants grow. So I'm really sorry to say that I'm out.
Great, thank you.
Alex and Henry, look, you're very credible, both of you. Now, at the moment, when I invest in something, I hope that I can add value.
Yeah.
I can't see where I can add value here. I'm not a gardener. It's not a passion of mine. So for that reason, I'm out.
Thanks, Touker.
Thank you.
I love what you do. But I also think, as an investor, if I'm going to put my money in, you're high risk and you're not really going for a particularly high return. So I'm afraid it's not an investment for me, but I really, really wish you all the luck.
Okay.
But I'm out.
Guys, I absolutely love the business. I totally love you too. And I know that's not normally what we're supposed to do and we're supposed to play it a bit cool or whatever, but I'm sure it's written all over my face how much I love this. There's no point sitting here pretending that I'm going to play it cool.
Thank you.
Because what's absolutely fascinating me is, I mean, I'm sure you'll know, gardening is massive on shop and telly.
Yes.
I mean, QVC, it is so big for QVC and a huge focus area for them. Now, they are not your target audience because they're not the millennials. You know, they are the baby boomers.
Yeah.
However, I actually think if you just tweaked the business model a bit, still kept with exactly what you're doing, but went after the baby boomer market and used the TV shopping channels, I just think it would be a really natural way for you to go. And I can see so many ways I can help the business. Don't love your valuation at all. So I will offer you all of the money, all 75,000. But I would want to do it at I'm going to be really fair and say 15%.
Okay.
And I think for the value I bring, 15 is
okay.
Really, really reasonable.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Sarah.
Do you want to go to the back and discuss it behind your plants?
Henry and Alex have a decision to make, with Sara Davies asking for 3 times the 5% equity originally on offer.
You know I've always felt we valued the business too high.
I know.
Will the duo attempt to negotiate more favourable terms?
Thank you, everyone, for that. And Sarah, thank you for your offer. And actually, we just want to accept it.
Brilliant.
We know it's a good deal. We know it's a good deal. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's a blooming good result for Henry and Alex.
Amazing.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Well, we're really
Appreciate
pleased
it.
for you. Well done.
Yeah.
The green-fingered duo depart the den with £75,000 and the backing of a dragon with the skills to make their gardening business truly blossom.
We got money.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Glad they got investment, Sara.
I'm really excited about
Yeah.
that. I'm going to teach them to be mini shop and TV experts.
I just absolutely delighted to have Sara on board. She's the perfect dragon for us. She's got such amazing energy and she'll just bring so much to the business.
Hello, I'm Hayley and I'm from London. I've got 4 children, a full-time job, and I run my own business. So a busy mind is a happy mind to me.
It's products for
Babies.
travelling with babies.
That is a big issue that I have.
What, other people travelling with their babies bothering
other
you?
people, yeah. Can I invest to help solve this problem?
Hopefully, we have come up with a solution to make the whole idea of travelling that little bit easier. Hi Dragons, I'm Hayley. I'm a mum of 4 young children. I am the founder of Tiny Explorers, and I'm here today to ask £50,000 for an investment in my business, 10% share. As parents, you amass a huge amount of expensive items. Some of the most expensive items are the ones that you take for travel only once or twice a year. Our first family holiday, I endured 10 hours of small limbs kicking me across the flight, only to land in Florida, to realise that they'd taken my buggy at the gate and I wouldn't get it back until baggage reclaim. So carrying 2 small, tired children through an hour-long passport control queue, hoping that my buggy had made it with us. Then we realise we get to the car rental place and they've only got 1 of the 2 car seats for the children. I wondered why someone didn't offer a short-term rental of these items. In January 2022, Tiny Explorers went live with 5 cabin-approved strollers. We now have a product range of just under 100 items. We have 2 years of 6-figure revenue behind us, and we're here today to explain our vision that we would love to integrate with travel booking platforms. So that is our journey and our fun business.
A rental business providing equipment for people travelling with young children is the brainchild of Hayley Hannigan. She's asking for £50,000 for 10% of her company. First to explore the concept is Deborah Meaden.
Well done, Hay. Do you feel relieved now?
Oh my God, yeah.
Right, just enjoy yourself now. Absolutely, you said everything you need to. Brilliant. Right, so can we just, so I understand the size of the business and where we are now. What do you turn over in your first year?
203,000.
203,000. And your second year?
288,000.
Okay, so what is a rental, for instance, on that collapsible pushchair?
So RRP is about £450 and we rent it £50 a week.
Okay, and what is your main source of business at the moment? Are you on the website or are you on any of the travel sites at the moment? What's your main source of business, Drive?
Main source of business, direct to customer from our website.
Right.
But actually, the other half of our market is not just parents going out of the UK, it's parents coming into the UK. So Christmas time, families coming from abroad to stay with their families, hire all this equipment. We actually work with a huge amount of concierges in London hotels, and they ask for everything from, you know, the travel cots, sterilisers, yeah, absolutely everything.
Okay, so I can see where this could work already in my head.
Yeah.
I think this could work with all the estate agents, short lets. So, for instance, people are coming over for a month.
Yeah.
From America.
Yeah.
The estate agent has already booked them and says to them, you're going to rent this. Do you want a cot? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want that? Do you have estate agents?
Not estate agents, no. That's a new area, but we have a lot of high-end travel companies that come to us, and we have families coming over for 1 or 2 month stays, and they hire literally everything from us.
Hayley, what's your dream for this business? 5 years' time, we go for a coffee and you say, oh God, it's gone incredibly well. And I say, what happened?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I want it to be integrated into booking platforms. So if I'm going to book my flights to Australia, I don't want to be asked just for a car rental. I want to be asked, do you want a travel stroller? Do you want a travel cot to take with you? That is my dream, to have that.
How big of a deal is that? Because I am worried that that is not an achievable goal. It's one thing to do it with when it's a car. When every single person come to that is going to need that car, and it's like a dozen different cars you could choose from. It's another thing. You said you've got 100 items and you're just scratching the surface. That is a really complicated thing to build into a website. And I just think to change that behaviour, I think that is possibly a step of too much.
You absolutely wouldn't put all of the product catalogue on a market. You would want to start with probably the 2 most popular products. So a car seat and a travel cot.
Can I ask you a question on that point?
You can.
If I was a booking website and the person indicates that there's 2 adults and 2 kids coming, could it be a dynamic toggle that says, OK, do you need a stroller? So it's not for everybody,
Yes.
it's just when they indicate that there's a family coming.
It can,
That'd be great. I just think it's going to be so hard to change the behaviour on them websites.
Hayley, you are such a force, and the world is going to move out of your way. I can just feel it. And I was thinking, as you were pitching today, there's people like you that I absolutely believe should be pursuing entrepreneurial endeavours like this, and we should be supporting you in every way that we can.
Oh, here comes the offer.
You're so talented. The question is about me as being an investor in this business and supporting this business, which is slightly different. Because central to why I invest in businesses is because I'm really personally passionate about solving the problem.
Yeah.
I've experienced it, I understand it.
Yeah.
My only experience of children is being one, where I haven't had any yet. So me trying to understand the problems that they face, again, I'll just be defaulting to Sara over there and her experiences. So I don't think I'm the perfect investor for this business in this case, but I wish you the very, very best. And I'm so excited for you. But I'm going to say that I'm out.
Thank you.
Hayley, I think it's really good that you've built up a business. It's a great concept. I think it will do really, really well. There's no doubt people will want to use it. But I can't see a way that I can find a way to invest in this type of business at its stage. But I would encourage you to carry on. I think it's cracking what you've done. So I say well done, but I'm out.
Thank you.
Hayley, you said, I'm here in the den because I want to find a way to get this built into the booking website.
Yeah.
So the reason I want to understand is, that was the thing that you cited in, and I'm coming here today because that's what I want. I was trying to ascertain, are you here because you just think you need a dragon because that's one hurdle you can't get over? Or is that just one of the many reasons you would want a dragon?
I think there's 2 reasons. I think one is expediting the roadmap, and I think giving that visibility on a booking platform is obviously going to be the end goal for us. And I think secondly, I feel like I've got the drive, got the passion, got the energy, but I would love a mentor to kind of take me on that journey.
Well, do you know what, Hayley? I would love to mentor you. You are a breath of fresh air. I'm a firm believer in you are a product of the people you surround yourself with, and I think my life will be better for having you in it. I totally get the market. I totally have been a consumer for this. If I'd known this had been around when my kids were little, I can see so many areas you could take the business. I can see the journey ahead of you, and I can see all the pitfalls I've made on that journey, which you could learn from my mistakes. I would love to make you an offer. And I'd love to offer you based on what you have asked for, because I think it is a really fair ask. So I would offer you all of the 50,000 you've asked for the 10% you've offered.
Wow, thank you.
Brilliant offer.
Hayley, hi. I think you are brilliant.
Thank you.
The thing I would say, I think you'd have a fantastic partner in Sara.
Okay.
And because she gets it in a way that I can only sit here as an investor and listen to you.
Yeah.
She is sitting in that chair, feeling it.
Yeah.
So I kind of want you to take the investment from Sara. So I'm out.
Thank you.
Hayley,
Hello.
you've got a very good offer. But is it the right offer? I mean, is it a mentor you want? Or is it somebody that can really strategically help you? That's where I come in. Because I think you've got 2 businesses here. You've got one business, which is the travel business. You've got a bigger business fitting homes out when people are moving in short-term lets.
Yeah.
And I've got all those estate agents in central London, whether it's Knight Frank, Savills, Dexter's. Should I go to the list? All of them I've got a relationship with. But it comes at a price.
Here comes the vampire.
I'm not going to do it for 10%.
Yep.
So I will give you £60,000, but I want 20%.
So just to clarify, Touker's offering 60,000.
60,000 for 20%. Sara's offering 50,000 for 10%.
10%, yep. But I know what else I can offer you on top.
Okay. I would love to bring, to have the mentorship from both of you and to have you both on board. Would you consider working together? That would be, value to the business by having 10% from both of you for 50,000.
So honestly, Haley,
Yeah.
if you wanted to take the business down the avenue that Touker talked about,
Yeah.
and moving more away from the kind of core of the business and the model that you're at, to kind of working with estate agents and fitting that.
That remains.
Moving away from your core to that, and I'm not sure that's the business I would look to invest in. I personally think you have a fantastic business model, and I think the next stage is just executing that business model. So personally, I don't think that you need to give away more of the business, and I don't think that Touker is bringing anything to the table that this business needs that I can't bring you in abundance. And I think it complicates matters.
That's rubbish. Haley, tell you what I think. First thing I said, you got two businesses here. I didn't say that I was going to change your business.
Yeah.
Right? Depends how ambitious you are. If you want to stay where you are, just doing the airports, you don't need me.
Yeah. I just see I do see two different sides to this business. That's why I just would love, as I said, to have you both on board, because I do see two very different.
Do you want to take, if you really passionately want to take the business down that area, Touker has way more contacts than I do in estate agencies. And essentially, you are offering me the same stake in the business. So I get an add, not a take away.
I would like to do both. I would like to do both avenues.
If you want to go that route and you want to do both, then I'd be crazy to say no. So we would get 25,000 each investment, or 10% of the business each. So you'd give away 20% in total.
Okay.
Yeah?
Why not? Why not?
You've got yourself a deal.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great stuff, Haley.
The start of an adventure for Haley.
We'll make this work.
Thank you.
You'll make this work. We'll just help you.
The entrepreneur has bagged two dragons who are united in their love for her business, even if they weren't so in tune with how to make it a success.
Well, that didn't look like a happy start to two investors. There was a lot of conflict going on there.
I mean, I'm going to have fun managing him and her, aren't I?
That's what I'm talking about.
I know that we've got the most exciting journey ahead of us, and to have Sara and Touker on board just means the absolute world. I won't let them down. I'll really work hard, and I can't wait to get started.
Hi, I'm Del. I'm from London, but I'm originally from Ballymena, Northern Ireland.
I'm crisps mad. I love crisps. All kinds of crazy flavors, any shape, color, taste, I'm all over them.
I just got flashbacks of that crisp chocolate that came in the den.
Peter loved that.
Oh, that was nice.
That's for you, with a big bucket.
Are you calling me fat?
No, I'm calling you tall.
Get him a spade.
Good job, I love you, isn't it?
Touker Suleyman is still in Peter Jones's good books, and Del has a favourite dragon of his own.
I'd like to work with Deborah Meaden, to be honest. I love her sustainability ethics. I believe she would be the perfect partner for us.
Hello, dragons. I'm Del from Spuddo's Crisps,
and we're looking for a £50,000 investment in exchange for 10% equity in the business. We eat 6 billion bags of crisps every year in the UK alone, and most of those bags can't be recycled at home. They end up in the landfill, the ocean, or being burned. So I decided to start Spuddos. All our bags and sachets are home compostable. We have reusable tubs and shakers that can be refilled, and everything is produced right here in the UK. Apart from wanting no single-use plastic, I wanted to do something different because crisps have actually been the same for about the last 70 years. I remembered when I was a kid getting Salt and Shake and feeling like I was a chef cooking my own crisps. Well, meet Spuddos. We're unseasoned crisps that you season yourself with our 7 incredible flavors of spud dust. You can add as much or as little to your crisps as your taste buds desire, and we're also vegan and gluten-free. We sell direct to consumers through our website. We do subscription refills, and we sell through zero waste shops, cafes, offices, and pubs. Before I answer any questions, you'll find a tub of crisps underneath your chair, and I'd love it if you would give our crisps a try.
Potato chips with planet-protecting potential, which are intended to be seasoned to taste, are the offering from entrepreneur and self-confessed crisp addict, Del Curry.
Put some crisps in the bag, choose what flavor you want, sprinkle it over them, give it a good shake, and away you go.
Del is seeking £50,000.
I'm the chef now.
You are.
In return for a 10% share in his snacks.
Fun, isn't it?
The dragons have all shaken.
I quite like the chip and shop curry one.
But will any of them be stirred to part with their cash?
Del,
Yes.
when did you start this business?
About 2 years ago, but the last 12 months is where we've kicked into gear really and started selling.
And in the last 12 months, could you give me a view of the sales you've made?
We've done 155,000 in sales. Gross profit on that was 36,000 with a net loss of 96,000.
Okay, and have you raised investment for this business already?
No, not yet, but myself and my business partner, we actually own a digital agency, and through that we innovate and build out new products. And even though most of the stuff we do is tech-based, this was a bit of a passion project that rolled out into its own thing.
I'm assuming the agency you run is paying for these losses?
Yes, we paid in to get the whole thing set up and going.
And where have you spent this? If we just focus on year 2 this year,
Yep.
this 96,000, presumably that's been spent on online marketing.
We do about 3,000 a month in online marketing. So over the year, about 36,000 in marketing.
Okay, and what does the product look like? What do I buy? If I go on your website, what can I buy?
Yep, if you're going on the website, you either choose to get a tub of crisps, you choose which sachets you want with it, and we basically send you a kit of a tub of crisps, whatever sachets, whatever flavors you picked for yourself, and a set of the shake bags. And then some people just buy the crisp bags themselves, but some people like to get the tub and then they do the refills.
Is there anything about this business that is defensible?
Not really, to be honest. At the end of the day, you're you know, it's crisps and seasoning, but it's coming up with the whole concept and putting the brand together and getting all the flavors pulled together and, you know, production in place and so on.
Del, I love it.
Thank you.
I think it's absolutely brilliant.
The business or the product?
Yeah, good point. The product, for sure. It's, because it does remind me of that salt, that little blue bag of salt that we used to have and put into crisps originally.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think it's fantastic. So yeah, really, really good product. I'm intrigued. So your agency, what is your business?
We do website and mobile app development, primarily. We work with a whole range of clients from all over the world, from music artists like Pearl Jam to building health research study apps for Stanford University.
So if I was to invest today, Who's going to run the business?
Well,
if you've
I've
got
got-
another business to run.
I have the agency, but I've got, you know, project managers and the team that kind of looks after that. And Spottos is a massive, massive passion project for me. Like, I'm really into it. I put so much time and energy into it. I have 2 people working on it right now. So that's the other part of the losses, is the couple of salaries we have in the whole thing as well. But we're going to capitalize all the costs. If you were to come and join us now, we're starting with a clean slate, basically. So we're not inheriting any of those initial costs.
So, Del, can we talk about the actual product
Yes.
itself in
Yes.
terms of sustainability now? How many crisp packets have I saved if I buy 1 tub of your crisps?
So if you bought the standard 25-gram bags, you're saving 20 crisp packets.
Okay,
with that.
how many crisp packets are in your plastic bags? Are they
The exact same. That's the exact same. No, those are, they're home compostable, as are the little sachets.
Well done, you got ahead of me there. That's good. And have you got any bit of this that you're not happy with in terms of sustainability?
Yeah.
Which bit?
The shakers and the tubs.
The shakers and the tubs.
So the shakers, right now, we're in the middle of, we're just getting printed samples back of paper shakers instead. And then the tubs, what I'm working on for the tubs is these bags. We've got them with a Ziploc on the top, still fully compostable. So my plan is, instead of letting people choose the tub up front, the crisp would be in the Ziploc bag so they can open and reclose it as much as they want.
Great.
So you're an online business at the moment, right?
Correct.
Could this be a retail product?
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'd like to take things. That's where, to be honest, the big reason for being here.
The problem you'll have in retail is the size of the box.
Yeah.
Space.
Where I'd like to be taking things is having that kit as like a single product that you can basically walk in a supermarket and you take it away.
I was thinking more where you get kids come along with their parents in these shopping malls.
Yes.
And they've got a scoop, you scoop it in, you say, you go to the end, you put your flavors in, and off you go.
Yes.
I think that's really messy. That's like a pick and mix.
Well, it is pick and mix.
Yeah. I prefer the compostable bag.
Yeah.
That in a supermarket, that's like the extra large variety packs.
Right,
You get 10 packets of crisps in anyway.
Yes.
I think the big issue is get rid of this.
Getting rid of it. Well, that's what we're working on.
When you go
working
into
on
retail,
Yes.
you know, just use the compostable bag.
Yeah.
Inside with the sachets, which are also compostable.
Yeah.
That's your kit. You know,
And away you go.
grab and go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I absolutely love this. I'm gonna make you an offer. Let's just get on with it.
Okay.
Right. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I really do. And I would also say that I would find it very, very easy to get this into retail very quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. You've asked for £50,000 for 10%.
Yeah.
So I'm going to offer you all of the money,
Okay.
and I'm going to do it only for 20%.
Okay.
Wow. But I will make sure that we'll do all of the work and get that moving very, very quickly.
Okay. Thank you.
So that's my offer, 50K for 20%.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you accept that?
Well, I wouldn't mind hearing what the other dragons have
Okay,
got
I
to say.
understand.
Del, I'll make you an offer.
Okay.
My offer is for some advice. I think you should take Peter's offer and I think you should run because it's brilliant. Because I'm looking at this business and the conundrum in my head is you either continue direct to consumer
Yeah.
or you go into retail, and I'm not quite sure how you make that work.
Yeah.
But that's the only way you can get some scale. And Peter's just said he does know how to do that.
He
And I
does.
think that's wonderful.
Okay.
So I'm going to say I'm out,
Okay.
but I hope you like my offer because I love your crisps.
Thank you very much.
I think it's fun, but I tell you what, tomorrow I'm going to buy the bag of crisps that I like and the flavour that I like.
Yeah.
I'm a creature of habit, and frankly, honestly, I don't think I want to be mixing my own packet of crisps every single day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that I'm out, but I wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Del,
Yes.
you're very credible. But I'm not going to make you an offer because I think I will struggle to go to a big supermarket and convince them, when space is so valuable, that to put all that somewhere.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I'm out.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, obviously, I love what you're doing. And do you know what I really love? Is the depth at which you're doing it.
Thank you.
This is a business that really, really means it. So I am going to make you an offer. I actually think Peter's being quite generous. So I'm going to make you an offer, but I want 25% of the business.
Okay.
Can I reframe my offer? However, I'm willing to share. Just putting it out there.
Okay.
Me too. Sorry, I was nodding at him. I probably need to nod at you.
Oh, you left us hanging then, Deborah.
Both you guys, I'm massive fans of the pair of you, and Deborah, especially from the sustainability world. Would you do
12 and a half
12 and a half each and 25 grand a piece?
Yeah.
Would you be up for that?
I think you'd end up with two Avengers in the den.
100%. Yeah, well, crush it.
Do you accept that?
Accept the offer, yes, please.
Thrilled for you, mate.
Lovely.
Thrilled.
Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Change the world of Chris.
Thank you, Deborah.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Delight for Dell, who departs the den with £50,000 and the backing of a duo of dragons who could help this eco-conscious entrepreneur make a packet.
I could not be happier. When it came down to the crunch, Peter and Deborah knew where it was at.
They're fantastic. You're going to see them all over the retail stores.
I'm glad to hear it.
Speak.
Did you feel sick at all?
I did a little bit, but but I did end up with all of these.
Next time, the dragons welcome a special guest.
Emma Greedy returns.
I'm so happy to be back. Imagine every single cell in your body on fire. I need to purchase this immediately.
It depends if you want a Mini or a Ferrari.
Ooh. Good job, I like you.